Alright guys, welcome back for another video on Kuroko Possible, and today I'm going to talk about one very important update in Season 2. It's not the character SP Akashi because not everyone might go for him. However, this update is actually going to impact everybody, okay? And that's going to be this updated ability trait selectable kit. Okay, so in case you don't know what I'm talking about, when you do 100 summons on the ability gacha, you're actually going to get this trait selectable kit where you have a free choice of any of the traits available in the box. In season 1, the entire like 2 months of season 1, we always had the same number of traits available here. There were no new updates on that. However, in season 2, they have actually included some of the latest one, which previously were locked behind paywall. You could only get them with paid vouchers. However, now they can actually be freely selected in this trait selectable kit. And a lot of people were waiting for this. You can see from myself, I have initially saved up 510 tickets just for this moment. Okay, so this is going to be massive update to a lot of people. And some of the most important ones, there's like two which I feel like is so universal that 80 or even 90% of characters are going to be needing it. And I strongly suggest everyone go after those two traits. Okay, and the two traits here is going to be make some noise. This one can increase your ult energy, and ult is so important to so many different characters. So this is very universal, especially comes the fact that you can get ult energy regardless what type of action you perform. This is very universally used. And then the other one, which I also think is very good, is going to be two-way player. Now the reason why this one's good is because it increases both your block and also mid-range. Mid-range is kind of the bread and butter. It's like the most basic shot that every character in this game can make. And then block range, block is kind of what defines the outcome of the match, in my opinion. Normally, especially at high ranking, whether or not you win the match is going to be up to how good you can actually defend. Okay, and a lot of time the main way of defending is actually just to block the enemy shots. So that's kind of why this one is also going to be incredibly universal on vast majority of characters. So I strongly recommend everyone to go after those two traits, even if you're not able to get both of them straight away. Just start going in for it. I don't know what new traits will be included in the next season, but those two traits are some of the most universal one even nowadays on the JP server. So strongest recommendation for you guys to obtain them. Okay. Okay, now having said that, let's do some summoning myself, okay? As you can see, I have 510 tickets. I am actually going to do 240 because there are 3 traits I want. Obviously, make some noise and two-way player, like I said. But then the other one I also really want is actually going to be natural talent because I kind of need it for my Zonkagami. I re-rolled for Zonkagami and I have never actually played him because his best 3 traits are the 3 that I need right now from my summoning. So that's kind of why I literally just have him in my reserve for the entire duration of season 1. But now I am really excited to actually get those 3 traits to actually play him properly. So that's kind of why I'm going to do 240 summons, which allow me to get 3 trait selectable kit, and then I can get those 3 traits. I'm also going to just make a note of the potential and also the trait material I have right now, just so you guys also know kind of on average how much resource you are expected to get from, let's say, 100 summons. Okay, so yeah, so let's just quickly do this now. I am going to do it very rapidly because I'm just going to do 50 summons at once. And in fact, I think I'll just do it 5 times. Actually, no. You know what? In case there's an ability event in the future, I'm only going to do 240. So the way I'm going to do this is I'll do 40 summons first, and then I'll go for the 50 pulls 4 times. Okay. So first one, nothing unusual. I think the maximum you can get is 500. So 200 is not even the highest amount. So that was just pretty average luck. The next one, 100 traits. That's actually really high, and also 51. I do feel like I need trait more than the potential as well, so that's nice. There's a red note, which normally means I got a new trait, so I was very lucky here. This one's a full 3-pointer. I don't actually play any 3-pointer, so even though this is a lucky pool, it's not actually that useful for me. I'm actually going to do 7 singles, I think, because there's no need for me to overshoot. So I'm just going to do this quickly. 200, that's not bad luck. I already took down my numbers before, but I started off with 1,300, sorry, 13,296 of those potential material and 3,767. So I'll just do all the deduction at the end. Okay, so that was my first 40-ish pulls. I already got one selectable kit. Now let me do this quickly 4 times. Wait, do I not even get to see what happens? Ooh, what's going on here? This one is rebound and strength, not bad. I got area zone. I already have this one though. Is there anything nice? 100, that's nice. Did I get the 500 here? I got a bunch of 200. Wait, can I even get 500 from this? I saw the highest we can get 500. Can't see the rate here actually. Yeah, I can't see the rate here. Never mind. But let's do this again. Yeah, so that's the to be expected. Trade selectable. 100 trades again. That's nice. Maybe I'll remember wrong. Maybe 200 is the highest you can get. Maybe you can't get 500. Okay, let's do another 50 pull. Ooh, there's a lot of 100 here. This was a lucky 50 pulls. Oh yeah, you can't get 500. Okay, so I was just slightly unlucky on the potentials early on, but there's one 500 here and two 200. Okay, so I'm getting quite lucky with the trades, but not so much with the potential material. Ooh, very lucky with the trades. What's this? Insight. This is for stealing. This one's not that useful because at high ranking, people normally tend to pass. They won't possess the ball for too long. Rebound instinct, that can be quite nice for centers. Okay, so that's quite good. I'm very lucky with getting full 100. This is very, very lucky. Another 500 here. Okay, so this is all good. Okay, now let's finish off the video with a bit of a rally count of how much resource I've gained, so you guys have a rough idea of what to expect when you're doing ability summons. Okay, so over the span of 237 summons, I believe, I managed to gain 12k 410 blue material, so that's on average about 52 materials per summon. And then for the trades, I managed to actually get 2,500 exactly. And because that's over the span of 237 summons, that's on average just slightly more than 10 trade materials every single summon. Okay, so in case you guys need to plan how much resources you are going to get from gacha, ability gacha, you are expected to get on average for every single summon 50 materials and also roughly 10 trades. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of how my ability summons went. Are you guys summoning for it this time around, and how did yours went?